Wow, there it is. Holy shit, did I miss this thing.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor.
Good morning. Okay, right now we are on the way back home from filming some short form content because we had to catch up from the past few days due to weather. Holy shit. And we also had to build up some content because today's video is absolutely nuts. So right now we're on the way back home to go pack because we're heading out of the state of Florida all the way back home to my home state of Virginia to go finally pull a special vehicle out of storage since I've moved down here. Now, if you followed the channel for quite some time, you know exactly what vehicle I'm talking about. Now, if you're new here, you guys are just gonna have to stick around and wait to see what vehicle I'm exactly talking about. It is one I have missed out on for the past 4 months and have been trying to figure out how to get down to the lovely state of Florida. Now, there is one sad add-on to this whole shebang. We are going to be saying goodbye to the Mustang for the next 3 weeks. So for the next 3 weeks, we're switching content from this car to another hidden vehicle that you'll see at the end of today's video. I think I gave away too much of a hint. But yeah, let's just go inside and pack and see if we can catch our early morning flight tomorrow. All right, this is gonna be the fastest pack job you guys have ever seen. Check this out. Told you. All right, since we got some time till our flight takes off, I'm gonna go chill and relax, but I will see you guys early tomorrow morning. Okay, I have a hatred with airports for this one reason and one reason only. Not only do I have a horrible fear of flying, why do I have to be up at 4 a.m. to get to an 8 a.m. flight when the airport is an hour away? Logically, that doesn't make sense. But for some reason, everyone's like, oh, get up at 4, sit in the airport for an extra 4 hours before you have to go anywhere. I can't be the only person that thinks like this.
In the mirror. We've finished taking pictures.
I swear to God, my backpack always gets flagged. There's nothing in it besides camera equipment, but they always seem to think that it's like something dangerous. Always something interesting. Now that we got up at 4 a.m., we are officially at the airport 3 hours early for no f***ing reason. Hip hip hooray.
Esos pasajeros que están en el vuelo 70.
It is so cold out. Holy shit. Next year we're doing Christmas in Florida. Oh, get me in this truck. It's so cold. Wow, there it is. Holy shit, did I miss this thing. Oh my God. It's a little too cold to take it out right now. I missed it. All right, I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
So this is my 2023 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. Okay, so the last time I did any videos on this bike was about 4-ish months ago before I moved to Florida. And at the time the channel was sitting at just about 9,000 subs. We have grown over 60,000 subs since then. So for a lot of you, this vehicle is new to you guys. But I picked this bike up a little bit over a year ago in November of 2022. This is my brand new 2023 Kawasaki ZX6R. Now we haven't done a whole lot with this thing quite yet, outside of the exhaust and the tune that's on it. That's just because when we bought the bike originally, I was upgrading from a CBR 500R, which is a good starter bike, which is classified as a standard sport bike, to now what is known as a super sport or superbike. And these things are absolutely wicked. I know you hear the debate of 600 and 1000. Both of those bikes are insanely stupid fast. We haven't done a whole lot to this bike, like I said, besides the exhaust, and the exhaust still has the baffle in it. So at some point throughout the next few days while we're here, we will will pull the baffle out, and we may do a little bit of work with the cat so we can get this thing spitting flames. Now you may be wondering why this bike has been sitting in the freezing cold garage in Virginia and not in the beautiful sunny state of Florida right now. That's because I can't find a cheap way to ship the motorcycle down to Florida that's also a good option, if that makes sense. I'm trying to find a budget way to do it, and I think it might be a little bit challenging because we will be coming back up to Virginia for part of the summer before Monterey Car Week, because we're going to be filming something really cool and we're launching from this state. Immediately after, we're going to go back down to Florida, and that's probably when I'm going to ship the bike down there. We're going to do our best to wait until it gets warm out, and then we're going to fire this thing up and take it on out. So I will see you guys in the morning, actually like midday tomorrow, because it's going to be warmer then. You get it. But I will see you guys there. It is finally time to take the bike out because I realized it's not going to get much warmer out this week, and I want to get this video out. It's been a long time waiting for me to ride this thing, and I'm just going to suck it up. Actually, if you check the weather right now, it is currently 40 degrees outside, which to some people that's not bad, but when you've been sitting in 80-degree weather for the past like 4 months consistently and then immediately go to 40-degree weather, it feels freezing. On top of the fact that when you're on a bike going like 70, 80 miles an hour, it brings the temperature down like another 20 degrees. It's gonna suck either way, but let's go pull the bike out first, and then we'll come back in and get all the winter gear on, because that's gonna take like a whole nother 25 minutes just to get the gear on. One thing I did remember that I forgot to mention, I gotta check the tire pressure, which seems kind of tacky and unnecessary to most people, but actually sport bikes, you need to, and just motorcycles in general, tire pressure is one of the most crucial things that could mean like you die or you don't. So we're gonna go check that first. I hate doing the front tires. Absolutely hate it. Blew my fucking eardrums out doing that. Ah, I can't hear my thing. All right, let's go get the gear on. I will be right back. We're good to go. Now, mind you, this thing hasn't been started in months. Spike in neutral. Spike in neutral. Did not want to start there. All right, and we're back. Oh, this feels so weird. Let's try not to die today. That's goal number one. Okay, so the reason these things are like piss missiles is they're like 130 horsepower, 50 pound-foot of torque, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put it on only 400 pounds, these things are a fucking weapon. Like, what the hell could you buy for $10,000 that does this? Like, what? Is that a cop? No, we're good. But back to what I was saying, the reason these things are so fast is they're so light with so much horsepower. They put in an inline 4 on 2 wheels that weighs 400 pounds. That's stupid. I need to get this thing down to Florida ASAP. Now, I was looking at buying an S1K down in Florida because there was a decent one for sale. Then again, I thought about insurance and all the other prices, which on bikes is very expensive. So I just decided to forego getting one and just figuring out a cheap way to ship this thing down there. But if you guys know of any ways that are cheap to ship a motorcycle from Virginia to Florida, leave a comment down below because I need to get this thing down there. My biggest thing that I want to push to everybody that watches my videos, safety is like the most important thing on these things. That is the one thing you don't want to mess with, is the safety of these, because these will kill you if you're not careful. Oh, I'm not even letting it rev up. I forget that these things rev to 18,000 RPM. Why? It sounds so good though. Oh, yes, I miss this thing. Now, these things are not built for comfort in any way, shape, or form. I forgot how badly my ass vibrates on this thing. Again, like the car, little bit of uncomfort for a lot more fun. Totally worth it. And the crazy thing is, they make faster ones. Like the ZX10 would blow this out of the water in a straight line, which is actually one thing I want to talk about. ZX10 versus ZX6. It's not really about the bike in most senses. Like if you go to a track and you put a good rider on a 600, it would smoke the ZX10. But in straight line or a longer track where there's a lot of straights, it won't even be comparable. It's about mainly the rider more than the bike. That's why I say it's important for people to start on lower displacement CCs and really learn how to ride and get the basics down, and you can get really good at cornering and other stuff on a low CC bike and then work your way up to a 600 or a 1000, because then you'll have the basics down to a T and then you can get really good at riding these. Versus if you start on a 600 or 1000, yeah, you can do it. It's like getting a Corvette 01 for your first car. Probably not the best idea. Is it possible? Absolutely. Are you going to be as good of a driver as somebody that's been training on go-karts since they were little? Absolutely not. Just kind of how it is. Anyways, let's pull this bike inside and oh my god, I can't feel my hands. All right, let's pull the bike inside and close out today. Anyways, guys, if you're new here, let me know what you guys think of the ZX. Also, if you know a way to ship a motorcycle for cheap from Virginia to Florida or just any state to Florida, leave a comment down below. That would be very helpful. But that's going to be a wrap on today's video. I love you guys so much. This is going to be a fun next few videos with this thing. So stay tuned. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.